So, grass looking good out there. Mm, Last day in May. Here we go for June. I'm like, what's next, Lord? I know that this is the boys' so-called dad's birthday month. Baby, of course, I do not care nothing about him. Yeah, of course, my boys are here, so I'm definitely thankful. Not to him, but just thankful. But still just thinking back of things that happened over the years. Yesterday I forgot, well, last night I forgot to mention the other hostile thing that happened. When the female next door, um, well, at the next house or whatever. Um, what did she do? What did she do? What did she do? Oh yeah, she was outside and I had seen a football in my yard when we was cutting the grass and stuff like that, so I threw it over the I threw it over in the yard or whatever, and I guess she came out and was like, and threw it back over in my yard saying that's y'all football and this, that, and the third. um I'm thinking like if somebody's stuff laying in my yard and they're right next door, I could toss it right back over there or whatever. So anyway, thinking it was her so-called grandsons or whatever had a little football or whatever. I just knew it was. I don't know. It could have actually been my sons, but and I just forgot about it or whatever the case may be. And but it's still even either way. It was the approach. Could have been my sons, but I never had bought them any footballs. The only footballs that they had was from this little Mardi Gras thing that my so-called dad would give them, and I'm like, they don't need it no way. Um, but anywho, last I knew it was, like I said, it was her supposed to be her so-called grandsons or whatever. And so, then we tossed it over there. She came out. I guess she was just looking. She came out just hostile and said something. And I said, that's not my kid's football. I'm just throwing it back over there because I thought it was, his. That is yours. So I was like, well, it's going in the trash because, I mean, there's no point in us keeping it and it's not ours. I know what I got my kids and stuff like that, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it could have been from there and it just might have been meant to be thrown away as far as my own so called dad getting it for him, but I just thought it was theirs. But anyway, so I thought I was doing the neighborly thing by just returning it or whatever. Like, okay, that's their stuff, just throw it over there. But I don't know what kind of crazy obsession that they be having with my life and stuff like that. Seriously. And I just be like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, so anywho, then the other thing where my tags and stuff got stolen, I mentioned this stuff before, but when my tags and stuff got stolen off the car, like I said, the car was on its last legs anyway, and then and I knew that when I bought it. And then when the tags got stolen, my tags was already like expiring either that same day, definitely that same week or something like that. And somebody stole them. It's like, what kind of, just be the craziest stuff. Um, and so, yeah, just looking back on things that happened to me in this neighborhood, happened to me in other neighborhoods, like almost every neighborhood that I lived at. Almost every neighborhood I lived at, except for this one when I was staying in an apartment. Well, still stuff like tried to bother with me and happened to me or whatever, but I think this is where I felt the, I guess, safest almost. And it's not necessarily the safest place, I'm guessing, but it's where I felt the safest and most comfortable. And so, that was that. But, um, so, but yeah, just thinking about that, and it's a nice sunny day. I am in my room. I did get my new heated blanket because my other one was acting up. Well, the cord or whatever stopped working. I washed it one time, Honey, I done already broke this one in because I was eating the rest of my seafood today. I'm gonna put it on. I'm not gonna put it on high. I'm gonna put it on medium because I stay putting this thing on high. But yeah, I was eating my seafood and I'm sitting there dripping stuff on this one already. But my son had already had plans. I'm like, no. Plans for my blankets and stuff. And I'm like, no, y'all not getting no heated blanket until the winter time. There's no need for y'all to have no heated blankets. Um, so anyway, most Amazon stuff you can usually get it like double times or whatever. Just something, mess up with it or whatever. But I don't know. I'm just glad that the person didn't mind sending me out another one, and they actually do. To me, it's just the craziest questions or whatever. I guess they gotta kind of scream, but it's like, don't even ask me that. I'm sitting here telling you that the thing is messed up. Just send me. I wasn't expecting them to send me a new blanket. I just asked for a new power cord, and they just sent the whole new blanket. So it's fine. And this one is cool, but I think I like my other one better. The other one, I don't know. The other one seemed a little heavier. It seemed like it was made differently. But yeah, so I'm just chilling out. I was trying to put together my solar panel, my solar heating pool, heating pool pads. That's what they are, I think. Trying to fix them up for the pool for the boys so the pool can be warmer, but I just felt discouraged and just started feeling discouraged because of, of course, what's all going on in this world. Of course, I just seen a video of a pregnant girl, supposedly, I think it's in Kansas, getting shot 5 times by the police. In the back, they said she was unarmed. I think it's in the back, but they said she was unarmed and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on with that. That stuff is discouraging, and I just have those moments where it just feels discouraging when, especially sometimes when I see these so-called neighbors pull up. Um, Lord, because I have been petitioning God just to do something about it, but some of the thoughts just make me scared or make me feel a little anxious or a lot anxious because you gotta where it feels like a threat, a threat right there beside you. The neighborhood you live in or whatever, and then if they, you know what I'm saying, if it's not them, then you feel like it's other people, whether it's people of different race or just another threat in another area or location. And it's like everywhere you turn, it just don't feel safe. It's just, again, tries to disrupt or disturb the peace. And I went through some measures, honey, you know, just to keep people, like I said, mostly from just looking and staring at me. Because a lot of time when people can't see what's going on with you, then they're not really concerned. And that goes a good and bad. Like if they see that you're unhealthy or not feeling good, then they might be more prone to help. Of course, if they don't see that you're not feeling good, then how they gonna know? My thing is only unless they submit to God and God is revealing it to them. But how else are they gonna know if you need any help or anything like that? But yeah, but just discouraged because again, thinking about how dude was just like, yeah, you don't need, I was out there trying to fix that in the solar heating panel, and it's not hard, but my brain was just like, you know, getting those brain farts, so I couldn't figure out, I couldn't understand left from right for a few. So I ended up asking my son to sit down and look at it, see if he can figure it out. He wanted to jump on his game, so I let them get on that early today. Um, yeah, so he hadn't looked at it yet. But that's the thing, is like, again, how the boys' so-called dad was like, yeah, you the man of the house. Like, to me, you can't give him that. Like, again, that's something else that I did not approve of, making and deeming my son, my older son, the man of the house. No, the devil is a lie. I mean, not that there's any other man of this in this house and of this house, but don't do that. Don't try to pass no torch to my son. Um, I don't know, but I'm just feeling. I want to say I'm feeling good, but I'm not. I don't know. At the same time, I'm not feeling so good. I ate, so I'm, kind of full, whatever. Fixed some grilled cheese sandwiches for the boys for the day. They had already got in the pool and they got out. And just feeling discouraged. Just be feeling targeted, of course, all the time. And feel pretty much surrounded by certain enemies and certain types of enemies. But again, just with no help, no rescue, no nothing, just feel like I just wallow in people's dang on misery that they have. And I feel like I already been through my own miserable stuff that I opened up for myself or brought on myself or either got initiated into, by somebody else. And then turn around and got to deal with other people's stuff because they don't want to, what I'm saying? I guess they don't want to seek God for righteousness. At this point, I don't know. I don't know if they just want to, I don't know what they want to do. And I don't be caring at this point either. I really don't. And so, maybe that's what's wrong with me or whatever. It's the fact that I just don't give a damn. Like, I'm like, as long as this stuff going right in my life. And that's also because I already had people up close and personal and they wanted to sabotage. They didn't want to build up and stuff like that, want to help. And then, like I said, get to a better place and then also be able to help others. And I'm not going to say if need be because I know that there's a great need. But anyway, I don't know if I had a dream this morning or not. Mm, Definitely hoping and praying that my daughter, her day was 4/28. Should be out of school. Went well. No problems. No issues. Nothing. And that's the thing. I'm just like, and still thinking about how let me move y'all over a bit. Still thinking about how even my daughter's so-called uh grandma just tried to ease in there and talk to me and stuff like that. No, honey. Um, like I said before, I did try to offer her some water or whatever through my daughter, but I didn't. But I wasn't trying to be nice. I was just, I guess it's just natural. Hey, somebody might be thirsty. They might be sitting there for a little while. Even if I offer some man that was walking yesterday some water just because it was hot outside. It's hot as I don't know what. So that was that. But everything is not meant for me to be trying to help people out seriously. And that's one thing. But yeah, just I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to a look that she gave me, but I thought I seen her like kind of side eye me, like yeah, now you know what it's like or whatever. And, honey, this is the thing. Like I said before, I've been knowing what certain stuff was like. I might not have experienced it like that because I wasn't an adult, but I was a child and I knew what certain stuff was like. So again, to me, that's error to me. Like you want somebody to experience exactly what you went through. Some stuff I do not want people to experience, honey. Especially again the younger generation, if it can be avoided. So, again, I don't like her. I told my daughter, I was like, I know you ain't think I'm finna go to your so-called dad to see you, and I'm not finna answer to her either. I'm not finna answer to his so-called mama. I'm not finna. That's what I'm saying. I I guess it's good for her that she brought you here, but I'm not even had she not, honey. Gotta do it some type of way, you know. Uh, you know. But she gave me that look and she tried to ease in some conversation. I'm not talking to you. I know good and well. I know you lying. I know you know good and well. Which I gotta go back to these dreams and stuff that I had with her because I don't know if I finished reading them all. There's only 15 of them. Oh, let me see something. Oh, yeah. I know you lying. I know you lying, girl. I don't know what all this stuff is from 2010. And these messages when I was going off on her so-called daddy back in the day. I definitely don't want to go back there, but I definitely was accurate when I still was saying, you trying to holler at some female across the street, boy, right across the street from me. You was, I guess they be like, what you expect me to do? Way over on the other side of town? Duh. No, but I mean, there again, there's the receipts right there. Um, okay, so I already read the messages on that one. I don't want to go back right there. Let me see. So this was June 26, 2021, where my daughter's so-called dad had dreads pulled back, kind of long, past his neck. He was sitting at a table with his so-called girlfriend. I punched her and told her why she needed to be punched, and I think I bloodied my daughter's so-called dad's nose, which my daughter had a bloody nose after the fight she got in recently, well, earlier this year or whatever. Also, his so-called mama was in a dream holding a hammer type of thing. I took it from her. She pulled out a gun or like a pipe that you blow wind through and shoot a pellet. That's something, when they want to tranquilize you or whatever, poison you. I was leaving out of a location she was at and packing my daughter's things. Some other part of the dream where I was at a place higher. Okay, that's that. Don't care what I. It was part of the dream where my so-called neighbor was getting in the midst of something when I was going back and forth with my daughter so-called supposed to be grandma. Uh, that's another thing. It's like how do stuff get entangled and entwined and all that with. I just don't get it. Well, one bottom line is my daughter's so called, and this is her biological, but just like similar to my biological. Um, paternal granddad. He died when I was, shoot, was I 15 already? 15 or 16 or something. Yeah. And I guess my daughter's died when she was, I guess she was still 13 then. She turned 14 in December. He died in November, so she was still 13. I just kind of look at the patterns of how, some similarities show up in our lives. And, and so for her so called grandma, that's her ex or her baby daddy or whatever, her ex, I guess who, maybe she lost her virginity too or something like that. I know she said she was young. I think she said he was older than her, but he couldn't be that much older. I think I looked at his obituary. Let me look at it again. I don't really care. I'm not even understanding, but sometimes just to find out the details, sometimes you find it out in after the person died. So he was born in '64. Oh, so he was a little bit older. Let me see. He was, and so I don't know, he was born in Winston-Salem. I don't know what they had going on, how they linked up. But anyway, so what's this? And he died. So he was born in '64 and he died in, he was born in September. So he died 2 months after his birthday. Let's see. In 2021. So 57. So he had just turned 57. I think she was born in '68. So let's say -4 is 53. So let's say if she had her son at 17, he was like 4 years older than her. I don't know what they had going on. Don't really care. Just trying to get some numbers or whatever on my daughter's behalf. But anywho, that means her baby daddy, her so-called baby daddy, is gone. Then you got I guess he wasn't married to the last girl he was with or whatever. Then you got my so-called, my previously called stepdad. Again, left the female behind, really to raise a child on her own and figure it out, but I guess was still contributing or getting his daughter. So of course, you're, I'm guessing, not worse than an infidel. Only God knows, but you take care of the child that you left behind, and really the household is not really just the child. It includes the mother. The way I see it. It's just that mother don't get that up close and personal, and you don't get that, and you're not supposed to get that up close and personal with that mom because y'all no longer there. That's where the strain comes because you're not raising a child in the same household. And of course, that's what I'm feeling and dealing with now because my daughter is in, I ain't gonna say right now, but have been feeling experiencing because my daughter had been in another household, and that's strain, baby, for me. Oh yeah, I just seen a picture of my so-called mom, because when I was going back in those messages and stuff like that, and boy, I don't try to look at it too long at all because I do not. I just, you know, I know this is a person that I've cared for and loved and knew and stuff like that, but like I said before. Mm-mm. Okay, so then we got another dream from March the 16th, 2021. Dream about my daughter being here and in my room trying to do work. And I asked her, "Where's that phone?" She said she left it in or someone put it up for her. I asked her, "How did she get here?" She said, "Dropped her off," which which this is basically what occurred on May 26th. I guess it's got something to do with these sixes, but May 26th of this year. So it wasn't even oh no, it was over a year later. Let me go ahead and note that right now. Let's see. It's like my daughter is like, she definitely got that type of attachment to that device. Well, devices in general, but definitely, I guess the one that they got her, I was like, mm-mm. So, just wanted to update myself on that. Of course, I talked about my daughter's so-called grandma's terrible way. I was like, she just trifling all around, participated in abortion, hugged my neck to make sure it got done. And that's where that hugging thing for her, for, like animosity towards her comes in for me. But she will hug people, but it be under another type of guise. Then tried to act change once my daughter came, never apologized. Of course, I can go down. This is a long thing of other people. March 15, 2020, dream where I was at a parking lot with school buses and I thought I missed the bus. Three of all the buses hadn't arrived yet. Then my daughter's so-called grandma was somewhere with her and my daughter was in the car riding or sitting in the passenger seat. I snatched my daughter out of the car. The so-called grandma had on white and I started trying to fight her. I landed what? I don't know. Something something out chest. I don't know. Then she ended up having to be my ride or give me a ride, and she was saying we going out for drinks tonight. I said no. I said no. That was March 15th. I said no, but she insisted I end up with my deceased grandma, and well, my grandma was still living it in 2020. Anyway, I ended up with my grandma, who's now deceased. Should have said. um, instead and of going to a place for drinks. It wasn't open yet, so we got in the parking lot. Some were talking about ordering food, so I used DoorDash or some delivery app to order. A man talked about sugar free, not sweet or not the bad sweet, but he ordered a little alligator and he was saying something about if it could watch you while you eat it, then it wasn't good. But his had eye sockets where the head fold of the skin kept lifting up, folding down as he was eating it. I was eating cooked lizard that tasted like beef, and my hands was getting messy. Then my daughter had braids and was just sitting on the passenger side of the car with the so-called grandma. I think her hair was half braided and half not. And I just seen that picture that my so-called mom was in. She had braids in her hair and stuff like that. And it's like on her profile picture, I guess on Facebook. And it's like, ooh, auntie. I don't know, just creepy stuff with them. That's all I can say about it. This is February 3rd, 2021. Woke up to see a certain amount in an account. I just wanted God to help, allow me to help somebody. And he did. I guess at this time, I just seen that Facebook picture. She changed, but at that time, she had my deceased grandma's picture up on her Facebook page. Of course, that's her. That's the one that birthed her. But I don't know. It just irked me that she put her picture up on there. I said I don't care for it because I know how they treated her and thought of her. They didn't. I'm not gonna say they treated her terribly, but they just. I don't know, it was their thoughts more so than anything. And then my grandma would complain about some stuff, and she needed an attitude adjustment and stuff like that. But um, okay, so then I was reminded of the time me and my grandma went back and forth about something. She told my so-called mom something, and my so-called mom said to me, "If you mess with my mama, you gonna have to deal with me." I said, and I still just laugh. But I said, I want to laugh out loud, like, girl, I can't even take you serious because you the one put me off on your so-called mom, on my grandma most times. So if we get into it and have disagreements, oh well. Also for my my deceased grandma to even call her when we had a disagreement, I got tired of them. Plus, once my grandma was sick and dying, guess when she wanted to that's when she wanted to call me and try to make me take my kids by and see her and all that. But when it comes to talking about stuff that matters to me, she wasn't concerned. This is just another thing to add to the list of things people do to me. And now, my daughter's so-called grandma, I'm not encouraging her son to make sure I see my daughter. Well, I don't know if she was or not, but that's how I felt. As well as her allowing him to use to her house to keep my daughter there is difficult for me. But it's not the worst. But yeah, that's stuff regarding baby. I don't even be trying to fix no type of issues regarding me and my so-called mom because I'm just like yeah, I'm like over it. I'm not in the mood. So that was that. Let me see. I got two other places I can log on and like try to see, try to see some more messages regarding that whole thing or whatever. But I think I gotta get on another device, and so that'll be on the next video. Mm. And she done popped up on here looking on it. They both got these profile pictures on it that'll just disgust me. Anyway, I just read the June 26th one. I'm there for me to read that again. She needs to be blocked on here. Block, unblock, 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 unblock on Facebook too, honey. Alright, let me change back over. They just, when I even see their faces and stuff, it just disturbs me. Because I know them and I know certain type of stuff they done. And I guess, because I don't know other people and know stuff they done, they not so disturbing to me. And maybe I need to snap out of that, but so I just ask God to see me through because, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this video right here and I'm going to find the rest of the stuff that has the tea.